Well-known and extremely talented music and audio engineer Mr. Barry O'Hare passed away at the University Hospital of the West Indies in St. Andrew on Saturday, September 19th, 2020. Mr. O'Hare was only 56 years old. Sources close to Mr. O'Hare have stated that he tested positive for the pandemic on Thursday and was being treated at the medical facility in St. Andrew. He has worked with many top local artists, which include Third World, Steel Pulse, Burning Spear, and Shaggy. Mr. O'Hare was the engineer for Burning Spear's Grammy-winning album Calling Rastafari in the year 2000. Passing of Mr. Barry O'Hare was confirmed by Mr. Jeffrey Brown, who is a stage technician and colleague. According to Mr. Brown, Mr. O'Hare passed away in the morning of September 19th. However, he was unsure of the time. He also mentioned that Mr. O'Hare tested positive for the pandemic. Mr. O'Hare is also known to have had an underlying sickness despite the test for the pandemic. According to Mr. Brown, Mr. O'Hare was one of the best things to ever happen on the face of the earth. Mr. O'Hare also has an impressive resume. He has worked with many talented Jamaicans and was responsible for Burning Spear's Grammy-winning album, Calling Rastafari. Tributes have come in from many artists including Tanya Stephens, Diana King, Yami Bolo, Jack Radix, President Brown, Mikey Spice, and Jamali, who have also benefited tremendously from this man's expertise. In the year 2018, Barry O'Hare was recognized by the Jamaica Reggae Industry Association for his indelible contribution to the growth and development of reggae music. Mr. Barry O'Hare started out as an apprentice studio engineer at Grove Music Recording Studio in the 1980s. He developed and expanded his skills in production and later progressed as a music composer, backing vocalist, and a producer. According to Mr. Clyde Mackenzie, he worked alongside O'Hare, and Mr. O'Hare was a first-class musical engineer in his field. And when it comes to sound and music, Barry only served the best of the best. And Mr. Mackenzie also mentioned that this goes to show that we as Jamaicans don't just have the artists who are world famous, but we also have the support from professionals who are as brilliant can get. Mr. Clyde Mackenzie also shared that Barry was one of the first announcers on the station, and that they continue to collaborate over the years on shows including Sanchez and Garnick Silk Live at Club Acropolis in Ocho Rios in 1993, and they also worked on Summer Sizzle. It is extremely sad to hear that Mr. O'Hare has passed. And Clyde also mentioned that he hardly did anything without Barry. Anytime he had a major show, he would be the man that he would select to deal with that kind of thing. Though we did not talk daily, he was a very good friend of mine, and I will always have a great appreciation and admiration for Mr. Barry O'Hare. It is a huge loss to the music industry. Barry O'Hare worked with the likes of Sean Paul, Barry Salmon, Morgan Heritage, Third World, Toots and the Maytals, Lee Scratch Perry, Burning Spears, and many other top performers within the roots rock reggae genre. Gramps Morgan, a member of Morgan Heritage, expressed his disappointment at the news of the passing of Mr. Barry O'Hare. He stated that Barry was more than just a colleague in the music industry. To our family, Mr. O'Hare was a brother. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the passing of Barry. Barry O'Hare and all of his major accomplishments over the years.